October was a very focused month of games for me that I came into with a plan and ended up finishing most of the things I set out to finish in the month. This includes an exciting game I brought in from last month that I was very happy to finally finish and appreciate more in its second half, and I was also able to play one of October's releases that I was very excited about and I don't think disappointed, as its world made me want to come back to it sometime as well. I also finished an English demo for a game that just came out and got properly into the anime for it too, and I'm looking forward to getting more into both of these things more this month as well. So with a new month underway and lots of things to talk about, here are the JRPGs I played in October. A vast majority of my month was spent putting time into the Caligula Effect 2, a game I was lucky enough to receive around the beginning of the month that allowed me to be able to make a first impressions video on it, and then jump back in around the middle of the month and finally finish it on the last day of October, perfectly just past midnight. I'm giving it JRPG of the month here because while I had a good month where I loved everything I played, this was the experience I was most into, as I really wanted to learn as much as possible about the idealistic world with every layer I uncovered in it, making it feel all the more interesting. Whether it was doing small tasks for NPCs or putting a relationship at risk to get to know a party member, finding out who everyone was below the surface in this fake world was really satisfying and gave me the kind of satisfaction that I felt from the card descriptions in Voice of Cards, or dare I say in the social links in Persona, as it always made me look at characters beyond what parts of themselves they presented to others, and I loved how the story made sure to have these hinted at perfectly in the main story dialogue too, that made it feel all the more rewarding. I'm very happy to have seen it through to the end and have my review drafted and waiting to get to, so I'll leave it there for now. But the story is really where it shines, so if you find the premise interesting, I'd say definitely give it a go, and I especially recommend getting to know its characters too, as it makes some of their lines much more meaningful when you look back at them later. October also saw its soundtrack hit streaming services that felt like a gift, as I loved the music in Caligula 2 at least just as much as the first one, and really mean it when I say I'll be listening to it for long after my playthrough. It's nice to have this to keep the experience alive, and I'm excited to talk about it more in the near future, as a fulfilling experience that I'm very glad surpassed the quality of the original, and I hope I can go back into and see more of its events soon. In September, Tales of Arise hadn't fully won me over yet because of its pacing, but in October it did a much better job, with the heart of the story in its second half showing me the kind of twists and turns that made this big JRPG journey feel much more worth it. I can't spoil any of these twists of course, and I've already drafted up a full review for Arise as well, so I don't want to spoil that either. But after finishing it, while I haven't felt the need to pick it up again, I do look fondly back at the quests I did and some of the beautiful dialogue that played out towards the end, and love the way it really well and truly felt like a journey that required both of its parts, even with its slower build-up, to really give it that feeling that makes it a JRPG to remember. I'm looking forward to talking about it in more detail in future, as I haven't done a dedicated video on it at all yet, so I hope you guys can look forward to that, and since it's also a big game, I wonder if any of you are still playing, so I look forward to reading your comments about it below, and I hope to try another Tales experience sometime too. I talked last month about how I was going to continue playing the Japanese demo of Blue Reflection Second Light to try and secure the Rabbit DLC, but this plan changed when you guys told me that the demo was coming out in English as well, so as soon as I heard it was out, I had to download this demo, and as I kept playing, I was very impressed how fun it continued being. Its new exploration methods such as crawling reminded me a lot of Ryza 2, but in this world mixed with slightly more realistic things mixed with fantasy monsters still has it feel different, especially once I saw one of the reflected animations for the first time that are less lavish than the first one, but work well in not bloating a trip to the faraway while still giving it that magical feel that makes it easy to love this game, and I'm looking forward to playing it more, especially now I'm a fair bit into the full game. Since I knew there was no way I'd be missing Second Light this month, I also decided to get it together and finally watch more Blue Reflection Ray. I still haven't watched all of it, but made a good effort on my commutes to get up to episode 9, with it being from episode 4 onwards that I was really pulled into the story thanks to really enjoying how the show began to explore all kinds of relationships and character stories, whether for the main characters or otherwise. I'm definitely sucked into it now, and while my time has been focused on Second Light more recently, I'm very much looking for a free minute to get back to it and keep watching, especially with the new game constantly reminding me to do so thanks to featuring some of its characters. Anime aside, my focus is on continuing Second Light right now, which I'm glad I was able to just make a video about recently, and we'll be making a review on it too as soon as I finish, as its beautiful world of reflectors, improved gameplay, and interesting sights is something I'm very much enjoying. I already mentioned I'm playing Blue Reflection Second Light, which will likely take up the rest of the first half of this month for me, but that's not the only thing I plan to play, especially if I finish it sooner rather than later. There's Pokemon Brilliant Diamond coming out, and of course Shin Megami Tensei 5 that I'd love to get to if I have an extra minute this month, but frankly, I'm a little bummed I haven't got to Voice of Cards yet, as I think it has huge potential, and because of that, I picked it up recently to commit myself to playing it, so that's what I'm most likely to play next. I'm sure I might regret at some point not getting into titles like Shin Megami Tensei 5 right away, but since Voice of Cards has Game of the Year potential for me, I feel the need to check it out sooner rather than later, and have to remind myself that any other games will still be there once I'm done. So with those thoughts aside, I'm really excited to get into this unique card-based JRPG that I truly hope lives up to how much I loved its demo. It's a busy month in any case, full of a variety of titles to satisfy fans of many kinds of JRPGs, so I hope everyone feels good about what they choose to play, whether it's the soft and pretty Blue Reflection Second Light, the dark world of Shin Megami Tensei 5, or otherwise. And of course, I hope everyone has another fun month of playing JRPGs as we begin to creep towards a new year. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what JRPGs you played in October and what you plan to play this month. You like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!